Well, hello guys, welcome to part 2, and I just stopped the video because, if just in case it was near getting to 20 minutes, because, my camera records, well, the full length which you could record one single video, well, on here is 20 minutes, well, sort of do it for, like, a number of videos on here, like, if you want to re-extend them on there, so, yeah, so... Yep, I've done all the DVDs on here now. The last thing I'm going to show you is box sets. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 box sets to show you. So these are all the box sets I have, which rest of them I have actually. So yep, let's get cracking. We've got Peladon Tales on here, featuring the 2 Doctor Who stories from Peladon right here. The Curse of Peladon and the Monster of Peladon. The Curse of Peladon set when this man right on the far end, right on that picture, Peladon was kin of the planet, and they were trying to get a deal to get into what was called the Galactic Federation in that story, and there was one person in there, the High Priest. Hepesh he was trying to spoil everything by initiating a series of murders and claiming it was the beast, royal beast called Agador, and there were some funny moments in there where the Doctor was made like a little used a little fin with glass on there, like a magnifying glass which you could spin the glass around. He was singing Venezuelan lullabies to him. I lock la fida ne made. I forgot how it goes. Not the fe madele na sharoon naroon naroon. I lock the fe notele na sharoon naroon naroon. Naroon 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 naroon. Naroon, 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 naroon. Well, anyway, apart from the Curse of Peladon, at the end of the story, King Peladon got coronated, and Monster of Peladon, set right here, set 50 years after the event of Curse of Peladon, where Peladon did not have any sons, but did have a daughter, which she was crowned queen, which usually supposed to be a kin on Peladon, and there was a bit of infiltration going on, trying to initiate them into war, with the minor Zekasli being an agent, and trying to kidnap the queen at the end of it. Well, I'm not going to spend the whole story. It's both great episodes, by the way. I've got K9 Tales here with
K9.
K9. Yep, voiced by John Leeson in Doctor Who. He appeared in Doctor Who for 4 years, 1977, 1981. So yep, I've got these right here, which appear in the box set. We've got this Doctor Who story, The Invisible Enemy. It's a great story on here. The very first appearance of K9. And also, this was going to be a spin-off, but they only ended up doing 1 episode, and that is K9 and Company on here, and it's got a fold-out sleeve right here as well. I'm just going to show you right there. Also got a fold-out sleeve where you could turn it over and flip it over if you wanted to, and so yep. This is a good story. Girl's best friend. Sarah's trying to work out what were all these mysterious events going on in the village of Morton Harwood, and until she finds out near the end of it, at the end of it, it was like, she was trying to find this find all these people in a mysterious cult who would try to sacrifice Sarah Jane's aunt's ward called Brendan on there, and they worship some god, and they worship a goddess called
Hecate, Hecate, Hecate.
Yep. Well, still a great story, mind you. So yep. Yep. We've got Beneath the Surface Doctor Who box set here, featuring, well, all the classic stories featuring the Silurians and the Sea Devils in Doctor Who. I've got to say, these are all brilliant, actually. So yep. So yep, and also if you've seen this third Doctor, Silurian, Sea Devils on there, and when you turn it over, on this side, the fifth Doctor, and what Silurians and Sea Devils look like then. And you know what? I haven't watched these episodes for so long. I think I've got a bit. You know, I think I've just got to rejog my memory on some of the monsters and everything, and the storyline and everything. I have to watch this. I'll have to watch a few of these at some stage. So yep. Well, anyway, we've got here Doctor and the Silurians right here, featuring John Pertwee on here, 1970 in 7 episodes. Classic story on here, where the Doctor is trying to make peace with the Silurians. Well, one batch of them had woken up from a coma and tried reclaiming the Earth for themselves, but then the Doctor came underground and tried to make a deal with them. I mean, well, it was the leader really. Well, the leader seemed friendly, but the rest of them looked very, very keen to wipe him out. He was going to try and make a deal with him to, like, for peace, where they could live in areas where I mean, Silurians are used to extreme heat, so they could live in places where man has not really built cities and anything in there, and they could live in there instead. But then afterwards, his son, who was not really keen on that, to try to wipe them all out, so they tried infecting humans with a disease which they used to do before in the Doctor Who universe, before evolution came around, before transformed into man. So yeah, and then afterwards there was a similar thing with the Sea Devils, but then after when something happened, they got a bit kaboom afterwards. So yep. Well, the Sea Devils. This is a great classic as well, by the way. And I did forget to mention, at the end of the Demons, the Master got arrested and taken to a high security prison. But since he's got a gift of hypnosis, he hypnotised everyone in there. So yeah. Well, anyway, in this last one, Warriors of the Deep. This is good as well. Brilliant. Trying to work together on there, those Sea Devils and the Silurians, trying to wipe everyone out, but didn't work afterwards. So, as the third Doctor said to the Silurian Sea Devils, "Sorry, old chaps, better luck next time." Yep, we've got New Beginnings here, which features the transition from the 4th Doctor to the 5th Doctor on here, and featured the return of the Master, well, played by Anthony Anley. This was his first appearance as the Master in these episodes. Well, you know what? These are good stories as well. A few good stories on here. Great ones, actually. They've got the Keeper of Traken on here. Tom Baker's penultimate adventure on here. Brilliant. Logopolis on here. As well. And also great art on these DVDs as well, mind you, as well. And Castrovalva, Peter Davison's first story. Bonza. That's what I've got to say to that, eh? We've got Dalek War right here, box set from season 10 with the Daleks and the Draconians on here. All classic stories on here. Great. Brilliant. And Planet of the Daleks, this was the 10th anniversary of the Daleks. Well, almost. Excellent story on there. And it also features the second appearance of the Fowls in Doctor Who. It was the human, human with, all of them don't have different coloured hairstyles. They all have blonde hair, and they live on Skaro as well as the Daleks, who, which I forgot to mention as well, lived before they evolved into Daleks. They were Khalid, well, you're human with, well, not blonde hair, but brown hair. And they both lived in 2 domes on Skaro. So, when they were around, yep. I've got here a trilogy which came before New Beginnings. This is early on in 18th season of Doctor Who. We've got the E-Space trilogy on here, featuring the first appearance of Adric, the last appearance of Romana and K9. Yeah, part of JNT's plot, part of JNT's thing to try and make the show. He's trying to make the show more scientific at the time, but try to eliminate a few things on there, trying to make some changes, you know. Well, you know what? I mean, you know, and I forgot one thing which, you know, which I'm not very keen on, and I'm not sure if, you know, if Tom Baker was either, and I don't know about Peter Davison, Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy, but GNT put question marks on the Doctor's shirts. I have no idea why he put them on the shirts, and, you know, I just don't know. Well, anyway, we've got Full Circle here, first appearance of Adric, and also the first appearance of them in E-Space. Yep, great. State of Decay, great vampire story on here though, and when Adric slips into the TARDIS, and Warrior's Gate, the last appearance of Romana, and, you know, so, yep, as well, a good box set and everything. Yep, I've got 2 more to go. I've got the Trial of a Time Lord right here, the massive 4-disc set featuring the 14th episode saga of the Trial of a Time Lord, where the Doctor is on trial defending his life against an evil, like, manifestation of the Doctor himself, called the Valeyard. But really, it's usually impossible to have the same person as both prosecutor and defendant. But then he got, you know, and then he got cleared of the charges afterwards. 4 DVDs on here. We've got here the Trial of a Time Lord. We've got the Mysterious Planet. This is alright. Alrightish on here. Good. Got the second story. This is the last appearance of Peri on here. Got Mind Warp on there. Oh yeah. Also got stickers on telling each story as well. Parts 1 to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, 13, 14, and Terror of the Vervoids. A good one on here. First appearance of Bonnie Lanford on there is Melanie. And we're set in the Doctor's future actually, so yeah, that one. Mysterious Planet was set in the past, Mind Warp the present, and Terror of the Vervoids in the future. And the last one, defeating the Valeyard, well, and the Master as well, sort of, is the Ultimate 4 on here. I think this is probably my favourite one out of the lot, along with Terror of the Terror of the Vervoids. Good, and everything. And then the last one, here, it's a massive mammoth. A massive mammoth. 6 DVDs on here. Got the Key to Time box set. You know, it's in the colours and the shape of the Key to Time itself, which is right there in the middle and everything. So yeah. And all these stories have got as like a story arc running through it, where they're trying to find the Key to Time in 6 different locations. They could be disguised as anything. They could be disguised as anything, and then they have to use a tracer to try to change the objects back into a part of the key, and then they put it in the TARDIS, keep it safe in the TARDIS while they go and find the next ones and put the tracer in the middle to keep it all together. So yeah, all these are great stories actually. Yep, on here 6 DVDs. Yeah, 6 DVDs. This could keep you occupied all day. Got the Reboss Operation on here, right here. Good story. And the first segment was disguised what was called a lump of Jeffrick on the planet Reboss. What this man here was trying to sell, and this man was trying to get, but then he couldn't find it. Anyway, sorry, but the Doctor managed to get it by the end, so yep, good story. Oh, God. the heated out box, tailgate box. It's like, since it's a big one, awesome. It's still well looked after, by the way. The Pirate Planet on here. Yeah, good story on here with this one. The Pirate Planet. It was more like a robot pirate sort of controlled by an evil queen who was regenerating herself in the story, and the second segment was disguised as a planet which the pirate in his big ship planet went over and got all the minerals out of the planet, and then shrink the rest of it into a ball and just put it into his museum artifacts thing. So yeah. The Stones of Blood on here, good story and everything. He had a stone circle disguised as alien stones. Alien stones, and and there was a woman on there who was the main villain, who was called the Cessair of Diplos, who the second segment was. The third segment, it was disguised as a necklace what she wore on. So yeah, good story. And really good one as well, and also featured the Megara, who were, I could just say specs really, when you look at them, but did speak of like justice machines, and they almost nearly put the Doctor on, almost nearly cost the Doctor his life, but then managed to get saved near the end, when Cessair of Diplos got found out. Well, she was an alien. Well, the Androids of Tara on here, great story on here. This was disguised as part of... The segment on there was disguised as part of a stone statue, and Romana, the first one, found a lookalike of her trapped in there, and then the evil Count, part of his plan, he was trying to get Romana to marry the king on there, and then try to kill him and make the throne of Tara his. Well, it didn't work. Well, after a duel with the Doctor with electric swords, he managed to escape. He was like, I'll be back. Then dived in the water or something like that after watch it again. The Power of Kroll on here. The fifth segment was disguised as Kroll, the bit right in the middle, right there. Right in the middle, right there, and he was hailed as a god by all by the green tribe living on the planet due to a Kroll, Kroll. But then he ended up killing half of them afterwards. So yeah, good story. And the sixth segment in the Armageddon Factor, this is the last one I'm going to show you, was disguised as a human being. Princess Astra, right here, who the actress Lara Ward later played Romana, actually. So yeah, this is a great saga here. If you fancy keeping yourself occupied all day, I'd recommend you buy this box set. Yep, great one, great box set, great storytelling and everything, brilliant. Well, that's all my collection for the moment. But if I do buy any more Doctor Who DVDs, I'll show them to you. And so, yep, and that's all the DVDs which I've got for now. So, I've got to say now, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe if you like my videos. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.